Hello. How are you? I hope you're really well. I have just had a blood test. We're feeling great. And I also have a lot of knitting needles. Let me show you the problem. So I obviously have my interchangeable needles, which are in a separate case, and that's fine. But I also have like lots of little ones, so I've got like these, and then this one, and this one, and then in here, this is where I keep all the rest of my knitting needles. I made this like 10 years ago. It's just a whole mess. Like, they're all just sticking out, falling all over the place. To be honest, most of the problem here is actually the double-pointed needles, because they are literally just falling all over the place. My straight needles are fine, like they're staying in that fine, but I don't really use straight needles, ever. I do use circular needles, but because of the wire, they're just impossible to store neatly. So, today, this problem ends. Today, we create a solution to the needle chaos that is happening in my life. For this solution, I have this fabric. It's actually greener than it looks on camera. It maybe looks a little bit kind of minty, but it's lovely. It's lovely. I have also created some little mock-ups, which, look, they're not much, but they're cute. Let me show you. So I'm considering two different designs for this project. Basically, I want something that has sort of a little pocket per set of needles. These, I can kind of wind them up like this, and then I just want to be able to just slot them in, either maybe this way is better, and I want them to just stay contained. I want them to just stay contained and like separate, ideally organized by size, but unclear whether I'll be able to keep that up. So, while I was bored at work, I created these two possible options. This is option number one. It has a little tie that goes around it, and then you undo the tie, and then it opens out. Oh, wow. Oh, actually there's one more. It's an A4 piece of paper, guys. So the idea with this one is that you open it out, and each of these squares has like a pocket on top of it. So your needles just like slot in, right? So they just go like this inside the pocket. Obviously, it'll be bigger than this, but this is the little mock-up, right? So this is option number one. Option number two is this one. Doesn't look like much, but hold on. Hold your horses. We're not done yet. Give me a minute. So you open it out and wha-bam! She's concertinaed. Concertinaed, guys. So this is essentially just lots of different like squares of fabric sewn together at the edges, right? So you just like open it out. It's nice and compact. It's very neat. You can sort of put whatever you like in these pockets, and it just wraps up, and then you just, I kind of like this one. I think I want to do this one. Okay, let's sew. By the way, I got a new camera. What do you think about it? I kind of like it. I think I kind of like it. I'm aware that like I keep looking up at myself rather than at the camera. Look at the camera, Georgia. Look. Should we get started? Yeah, go on. So this is my fabric. I have quite a lot of it. I have a fair amount. Oh, the other thing is that I have this fringe, which at the moment, obviously it's like stitched and held together, but I made these cushions actually out of the same fabrics. This minty fabric, and then this is the fringe. So I think I might incorporate that into the design. I might fringe it. We might have fringe. Okay, we're just gonna do a straight line. We're just gonna mark a straight line to cut off all of these little scrappy scraps. Wow, this chalk is bad. Okay, there we go. This is good, this is progress. We have drawn a line. I've got really quite a lot of sets of these needles, so is that helpful? Is that something I should do? Knot them around each other like that? I don't know. Maybe that's good. Okay. Wow, no, okay. This is hard already. Why is this hard? I don't know if I should be making like little tabs or something to kind of hold these together, because they just come apart. They just become like a mess, a tangle of wires. It's very stressful. Maybe the pocket will keep them. I'm already crumbling. I failed the blood test. I need tea. That's what I need. Focus, Georgia. We do not have long. Okay, let's start with how big do we want the overall knitting needle case to be? Okay. Oh, this is what I want. Okay. This one by Hobby. This is basically exactly what I want to make. I don't think I'm going to make mine zip up just because I can't really be bothered. But I like this design. So let's find out how big it is. Does it say how much it is at all? How big it is? No, of course not. Of course it doesn't say. It's not huge. I think we can do this. I'm going to move you here. Hello. Comme ça. Ça va? I'm going to draw it out. Maybe the outside is 15. Right? I think that this is the outside. And then obviously it needs to fold over some, so maybe like 3 centimeters for like the spine, and then 20 again. I didn't add seam allowance, did I? But maybe that's fine. No, I think I need to add it this side. Lucky I left room! Alrighty. And then seam allowance at the top. Okay, so I've cut out the main kind of body of the bag. So this is going to go kind of around the outside. Like this is the case, essentially. And then I started to cut out these like inner pockets. But I'm suddenly starting to get a little bit worried that because this fabric is quite thick, it's basically upholstery fabric, that if I make the interior pockets out of this, the whole case is actually going to be really bulky, because each pocket actually needs like 2 of these together. Okay, we have done tennis, we've had some lunch, we've had an outfit change, which I'm hoping will induce a vibe change, and we're going to try again with this thing that really shouldn't be causing me this much angst, but hey ho, we can't control the way we feel sometimes. So I think I'm overcomplicating it by deciding to do different colours. I've had a look at some examples online. I don't think it matters too much if the internal pockets are a little bit like chunkier. I think that's okay. So we're going to stick with this plan. I'm just going to cut out loads of these. And then I saw one online as well that had like stitch lines down the center of the pockets, so that kind of in between the pockets you could also put maybe some double pointed needles, maybe a little crochet hook. We'll see. I'm basically just going to keep going with this because I can't, like my brain can't do self-doubt right now. We just need to plow on through. So we're going to plow on through. And while we do, let me tell you, the flirting at tennis really is unbelievable. It's on an unbelievable level now. So that's great. I'm gonna make a cup of tea. Yeah. I also need to make a strip to go kind of on the edge of the concertina, I think, to kind of join. I don't know. I don't know. I'm still kind of confused about how this is all going to come together. But I can't seem to find a pattern online for something that I actually want. So we're just going to have to wing it. We're going to keep going. And that is okay. Sometimes you just have to keep going. Anyway, on y va. Update. Okay, here we go. Sun's out, bun's out. This bun. Not this bun, lol. Okay, so I've cut out 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 of these, which I believe should make 4 concertina pockets. I might want more, but she's already quite thick. She's quite chunky. So I think I'm gonna just get started sewing, because also I think I'm having trouble envisioning how this is going to come together. And I think once I start to kind of understand that, I will see more, like, is this fabric too thick? Do I need trims? Have I made the right choice? Like, you know, I need to start enacting what I'm doing. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to start sewing. If in doubt, just start sewing. Just play, for God's sake. It's just a needle case. It really doesn't matter. We're having a moment. For those of you, I should probably catch you up with what's going on. Because actually, if you've been watching my videos from the beginning, then you probably know, and some people have commented asking about drama school. The long and short of it is that I applied to 5 drama schools last year. I was rejected from 2. I got into 2. And I was waitlisted for 1. And the one that I was waitlisted for, I really, really wanted to go to, and that was Oxford School of Drama. I was waitlisted, and then the course started, 30th of September rolled around, and I didn't get in. And so I applied again in January, and my last audition was in February. I didn't hear anything. And in the meantime, I have applied for and been accepted for an apprenticeship to be a primary school teacher, and I've been psyching myself up for that, and I'm really excited for that. It starts in September. And then yesterday I get a call from the drama school saying that I've gotten in and that I have a place, which is so cool. It's great. It's really exciting. It's very flattering. It's also kind of thrown me completely because I was really in the headspace, you know, moving forward towards being a primary school teacher, and I was really excited about that, and I was like, yeah, this is what I'm going to do. I don't even want to be an actor. That doesn't make any sense anymore. That's not what I want to do. But I've gotten in. So, yeah, now I have to choose, and now my head is all over the place, and I can't choose. It's going to take me a few weeks, I think, to choose. Yeah, so that's where I'm at. All of this to say that today I really am finding the metaphor in sewing, you know, that like it's not an either or, you know, just because you make the needle case out of one fabric doesn't mean you can't make it out of the other fabric later. Abundance mindset is what I need, an abundance mindset. There is no scarcity here, you know? In fact, there is an abundance. I have an abundance of opportunities. I have an abundance of options. I have an abundance of time left in my life. I have an abundance of support. Abundance. Anyway, maybe sewing will help. Let's go do this. Okay, well, first things first, I'm not really... Oh. Got distracted instantly. I think the first thing I need to do is finish the top edge of each pocket. Should be fairly straightforward. I'm just gonna fold and fold. Still can't decide whether I want to do it this way. I think I might want to do it this way because then I think the concertina will be better. Okay, I'm gonna go horizontal, even though the main body that I cut out was vertical. I'll need to recut that. That's fine. We're going with the flow. I cleaned my machine yesterday. Just you wait till you hear how smooth she runs. It's not it. This is just the bobbin winding. The machine winds bobbins kind of unevenly. I don't appreciate it. Okay, thread. I used to play a game with myself to see how fast I could thread a machine. Not very, but I wanted to see if I could do it under 30 seconds. Turns out it's pretty easy until you get to this bit. We have to thread the needle, and there's like, Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. What do you think is the right side of this fabric? I think it's this one? I think it's this one. I think it's this one. I'm pretty sure it's this one. Here we go! She's sounding a little bit like a tractor again, which I'm not loving. To be fair, I haven't actually had this machine serviced in probably 5 years, so, you know, you can't blame her. It's about time I looked after you, my sweet. I'm going to speed run these, and I'm going to watch TV, and then, once they're all together, and I know what I'm doing next, I'll check back in, okay? Update! Okay, we've made some progress, and I'm already feeling better about it, so this is very good. Sometimes you just gotta start, you know? Okay, so what we've done is I have finished the top edge of each of the pieces, and then I've just done like a 5mm turn and turn. So I sewed these two here with a line of stitching, and then I also did one here and one here, so that I have essentially 4 pockets along this pocket. And then I have this big pocket here, and then I sewed these two together in the middle so that I'll have 2 pockets there. Does that make sense? So you kind of have like 2 pockets here, big pocket in there where the needles can go, and then little pocket in there, little pocket. And I'm going to keep going like that, alternating between sewing them together in the middle and sewing them together at the outsides. And keep going like that until I have run out of these pieces, and then I'm going to take a view as to whether I need to cut more or not. The thing is, obviously at the moment I can access all of this because I've only got 2 layers, right? But if I wanted to, say, sew another line down here, I can't really do that now because I've got this other piece attached to it. So before I sew them together at the edges, I think I need to figure out like how many pockets I want and how big I want them to be on the insides. Does that make sense? I don't really know if it's making sense. It's not necessarily making sense to me, but maybe it will do soon. We'll just keep going, just keep going. Like I say, I already feel so much better just for having started, so sometimes you just gotta get going. Progress. It's kind of cool. It's pretty cool. I'm pretty happy. I think I will need a couple more just because I've only got 1, 2, 3 big pockets at the moment. And I think I need more than that because I'm actually going to have more circular needles than that. But I don't know how many more. Maybe at some point I need to sew the bottom edge all together so that it opens kind of more like a fan rather than just opening all the way. I don't know. It's cute though. Yeah, let's figure out what we need to do. What do we need to do? 4 o'clock. Let's... I've sewn all of my patches together, all of my pockets. They make this very cool, satisfying concertina situation. And honestly, I'm not really sure where to go from here. I think what I need to do is sew a strip of fabric kind of from one edge and then attach it to each envelope all the way to the other edge. So it kind of goes around each edge and I'll kind of like top stitch it around each seam. I think that's what I need to do, but like I say, not really sure. I know that eventually I need to be able to attach everything to this, and I haven't really figured out how that would happen yet. I'm also debating whether I could just do maybe bias binding on each of these edges rather than like attaching a piece of fabric. I don't know whether they all need to be attached to each other or whether I can just get away with bias binding it. Because really, why would they need to be attached to each other? I suppose it would stop them from completely opening out, but then it might be quite cool if they could completely open out. I think that that would be quite cool if they could do that. For these ones, where I've done just one line of stitching right in the middle, in my head that would make 2 pockets, so pocket here, but obviously if I don't attach these two in any way, then it's not a pocket, it's just a gap. I didn't really think about that. Maybe I do need to sew another line like here to attach those two, and then another one on the other side, maybe? Because it would be quite nice if like all the edges met at the same point. Like you see this gap is way bigger, so if I just close that up like that, that one's fine, that one's fine, and then whoa, big one there, so then if I just close that up, maybe that would make more sense. But now I have to try and see, this is what I was talking about where I was like, I can't really go in afterwards. I probably can. I can probably just about get there, but it would have been a lot easier to realise this half an hour ago. Oh well. Such is life. The learning curve that is life. We learn, we move, we sew. How far away is that one? That's maybe to there. This is a very scientific way of measuring. Eyeballing. My eyeballs will measure. I measured it with my eyeballs. I'm going to try and get to halfway and then I can take it out and go from the other side. See how far I got on the other side. Ooh, it's not very straight. That's okay. I don't think that matters. You probably can't see, but I got up to here. Yeah, and now I just need to do this little bit, which was tricky. Ah, I sewed through another bit of fabric. Are you ready to see something cool? Ah, look at that. That's pretty cool. This is fun. This is fun. Whee! Enough messing. Okay, now enough messing. Step 1, figure out what to do with these edges. Step 2, figure out how to put this onto this. Step 3, figure out fastenings. Step 4/3.5, they kind of need to happen at the same time. Figure out what to do with that old fringe of mine. Not this, but the little tassel stitch. Sometimes I wish I chose easy projects. This is long and I'm very tired. Okay, let me see if I can just show you close up this binding because it's so cute. Sorry, there's a kid screaming outside. But oh my god, look, it's got these little people. And obviously it's kind of hard to see because this is just a strip of it. But like, there's this little woman there. And they're all inside Liberty they're like having this soiree. Look, they're all like dancers. Anyway, I love it. Guys, eek! I have just finished sewing on the bias binding onto the edges and I love it. It's basically just transformed the sides. Like, I'm kind of bummed that you won't actually be able to see it that much from the top, but also like even just seeing the top edges, it's so pretty. Look at that. Okay, I need to cut all of these threads, obviously. Don't judge, don't judge, don't judge me. When I was learning to sew and I was studying costume, my tutor said that my pieces were like yetis. Like hairy yetis coming out of the sewing machine, covered in little bits of thread that I refused to cut off. I need to figure out how to attach this, which is going to be like the case, to this. So I want it to end up kind of like this. So it's kind of like a book, right, that you can open. So I think I need to sew right side down. Maybe I need to fold that edge. Or maybe if I bias bind this edge, then maybe I could top stitch it down. So then if I did that on both, I don't really know how that would work. Can you tell I don't know what I'm doing? Probably. It's pretty obvious. Oh my god, I'm having deja vu from something. What? Deja vu is so crazy. What? That's so weird. Deja vu is very strange. So I've pinned both edges of the pocket section to the outer, and now I just want to see like how that behaves. Oh, that's good. Okay, it's very good. The only thing is you can really see the raw edges in the bottom of the pocket, like here. So how would I deal with that? Maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe it's fine. I still haven't worked out where that fringe is going to go, but that might be something for another day because it's already 7:20 and I'm making my flatmates dinner tonight and I have not started, so I feel bad for them. They're going to be pretty hungry if I don't start soon. But first, I'm not going to start just yet. It's only 7:15 after all. I'm not even back from work yet. I'm sewing through so much fabric, I don't even know if my machine is going to cope with all of this. This is going to be a real test. If it doesn't work, I can always sew through like a couple of layers at a time, maybe. Wow. I don't know how this is going to go. I'm nervous. Oh my god. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. It's not a good sound. Gotta say, it's not a pretty sound. Whoa. Okay, no, it's just not working. It's just... Oh my god. Ew, gross. Oh my god. No matter, we will just pretend that didn't happen. No, not a problem. Why did I think that was gonna work? In hindsight, I think basically what I should have done is when I'm sewing like each individual pocket, this side, when I'm sewing these two pieces of fabric together, I should have sewn the bottom together there and then finished that edge before, but then I couldn't have done that because that would have been... I think I should have finished all of the bottom edges first. I don't really know, honestly. Anyway, shoulda, woulda, coulda, we're going to try and fix it. I'm going to try and sort of fashion some kind of fastening. Yeah. Wow, the battery on this camera sucks. It's literally gone down to half in like 5 minutes. It was on charge until 2 minutes ago. Okay, I think I now need to go and make my flatmates dinner and get myself a glass of wine. This is basically done. It's nearly there. I'm going to finish it off either tonight or maybe tomorrow night, and then I will show you the finished results. Here it is. But while I have you here, thank you so much for watching, and if you liked this video, please subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and you know, leave me a little comment. Let me know how you found the videos and like how you came across my channel and what you want to see more of, what you're working on at the moment if you are yourself a sewist or a knitter. Knitting versus sewing. This was a little project for both, I feel. And a sewing project for knitters. We love that. Inclusivity in the craft community. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you very soon. Bye!